Good afternoon, YouTube's man, always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bobby Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, we have another show this weekend. And it's in Southern California. As you know, California has been for a long time a mecca for bodybuilding, particularly not so much for women's bodybuilding. You know, there was one point there was once a show that was a Titans Grand Prix last year, but now that show is off the list. It's gone. There are some shows out west, but not so many for even women's bodybuilding in the state of California. But this show, I've done the video before last year, and it's the Southern California Championships, but it's also it's a national and pro qualifier. No, it's not. Sorry, it's a national and also it's an Olympia qualifier. So it qualifies you for the Olympia and also qualifies NPC competitors for pro qualification to nationals. The show is the IB Pro League. Zhanna Rotar. If I got to pronounce it wrongly, I apologize. I just heard about I heard of the name a while back, and I always I messed it up a little bit because it's really exotic. So it's I heard about the show last year, but then I heard it again when I did an interview with Melinda Stanek. She just turned pro last year, and she's going to make her pro debut at this show. So I said, well, let me go ahead. There's a couple of ladies who I follow on social media who's doing this show, and I just would like to say, give them some respect. So the list was out on Monday, and it showed not just Olympia, but also Masters O qualification. I mean, women figure Masters 40 plus, meaning 40 and over. This can get you to the Olympic qualification, and also it can get you Masters qualification. As you know, Masters next year. That's in 2027. We don't know when they're going to have it at. And you know what? Part of me is hoping to have it here in the States. I think, especially as more Masters competitors here, more Masters shows in the States than is anyplace else. Only shows outside of Canada and some places in Europe. There's not a lot of Masters shows outside of the U.S. So let's wait and see. They'll probably announce it by the start of the summer. So anyway, the list came out. We have quite a few ladies. Some ladies who are very active this year. Some ladies even are making their pro debut this show, as I mentioned earlier. First off, we have here again the Masters. We have the lovely Mrs. Desiree Alfredis. If I pronounce the name wrong, she's been competing for quite a bit. She last time competed was a few shows. She was also at the Ultimate Classic last year. Also, we have here one Mrs. Sergio Barlevolo. I'm sorry if I mess up your name, Miss RB. I'm gonna say this out of respect because I don't want to mess up your name. Now she's competed for quite some time. She's doing also like her, and she's also doing the 40 plus class. Next up we have is Anna Bowen. As you know, she's from Ukraine. She just took third place at the Ultimate Classic just last weekend. Impressive lady. She's also one of the only Olympians at this show. Last year, I think there was a couple of Olympians, that competed, but this year, no Olympians. So my guess, they're probably focused on some other shows. There are quite a few more shows for figure than is for women's bodybuilding, maybe fitness. Next up, we have is one Miss Linda, Gonzalez from Mexico. Next up, we have one Miss Christine Coleman, and she's also making her pro debut. She actually got a pro card at the same show that Madeline got her show at. That was the Masters USA. So this is gonna be her pro debut. Next up, we have one Miss Erica it's Galicia. If I want to pronounce the name, so I would say Erica G. So this is gonna be, I think, maybe her first show in the U.S. Next up, we have is one Miss Andrea Higgins, and who she competed for quite some time. I think she's been pro for the last, 4 or 5 years. Next up, we have here Amanda Jones, and this is Mrs. Jones' first pro show. She actually turned pro last year at the Universe, so this is going to be her pro debut also. Next up, we have one Miss Carrie Alexander, and Miss Alexander last competed at the Puerto Rico Pro. She's also competing to get master qualification for the Masters O. So and she's an impressive lady. Can you believe she's over 40? Next up we have is Gabriella Len Hartatov. I had to mispronounce the name. We just saw her competed just last weekend at the Ultimate Classic. She's from the Czech Republic. She's been active quite some time. There's a debate that maybe she's not, you know, figure anymore. You know, she is an Olympian figure. She's one of two, along with Anna, that is in this show. Next up, we have is one Miss Amy Mock, and Miss Mock, it's been a while since competed. Lady made a story about her. I remember I saw her do an interview on the Flex Friday a few years ago, what she'd been through in her life and her career, especially in bodybuilding. Next up we have is Mandy Morgan. Now, Miss Morgan just did the Pittsburgh Pro just about, like I said, last month, and also she also competed at the Triple O back in April. Impressive lady. I think she was in the top 5, top 10 at that show. Next up we have one Miss Caitlin O'Neill, who's been competing for quite some bit. She's also from the West Coast. She last competed here at the Arizona Pro. Arizona Pro / Rising Phoenix, but I just say Arizona Pro without the other divisions. Also, next up we have one Miss Erica Phillips, and she is a Master O Olympian. She competed last year, so she's probably trying to get qualification for next year's Masters O. Next up we have one Miss Stephanie Santa Maria, and she also last competed at the Triple O. Impressive lady. She was also in the top 10, top 5 at that show. Last up, we have one Miss Lacey. I'll go by her previous name, Watson. Her last name, I don't want to mess it up. I think it's, I hate to say somebody's name and mess it up. So, and she hadn't competed quite some time. I think the last time she competed was in 2023, and that was at the Legion Sports Festival. The Legion does not carry either physique or figure anymore for the women. And right here we have one Miss Madeline Stanek. I interviewed the lovely Miss Stanek. She turned pro last year at the USA's, and so this is going to be her pro debut. Shout out to her. Amazing story. Growing up in the Middle East, her father is a specialist in camel, her husbandry. Great story about her. I hope she does well this show. She's also one of her coach is Wendy Fortino, and I'm surprised Wendy's not doing this show. She's done it before, I believe. And last we have one Miss Oisa Trumpy. The last name I'm not gonna hold against her, and she's been in the game for quite some time. Impressive lady, and she's also doing the Masters Class 2, which is get a qualification for next year's 2027 Masters Olympia. So we hope the ladies do well. I believe the show there is a pay-per-view, so I'll leave a link in the description. You want to check it out. If you've not been really paying attention quite a bit on the figure division. It's a division where it's a spinoff from fitness, and there's impressive ladies. I think this is last year. I think I had quite more interviews with ladies in figure than I think I had women's physique and women's bodybuilding. But I think those ladies really open up the story and share their thoughts and also their experiences. But it is Olympic qualification show, and also it is a national qualifier, which means that you can do nationals and possibly get your pro card. So if you're interested in it, you want to check it out. As you know, this is going to be in California. So if you're East Coast, it's 3 hours. We're 3 hours ahead of them. If you're in the Midwest, 2 hours, and an hour if you are, closer to the mountain time. So, you want to check out the show. I think it starts maybe, 3 hours, about 1 o'clock our time. So, you can, see how things go and give your thoughts on it. So I'm leaving a link in the description. Shout out to these ladies. All the best of luck also to Madeline in her pro debut, and some of the other ladies are competing tomorrow. And reach me on our George page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.